I don't know how this one is gonna go because we have Romulus and Pinto in here. Very, very needy, as you can probably tell. Hey you guys, this is Rita and this is Michael. You probably already saw him. I did a video, or he did a video, almost like what, 2-3 months ago? Which we're definitely gonna be bringing that back. It's gonna be like a section that Dr. Mike talks about makeup products and kind of like go over the chemistry behind them. But today we're not gonna be doing that. Today we're gonna be doing something very different. This is going to be the husband-wife tag. It's been a while that I wanted to do this, just because I asked him to do this for our anniversary, like, hey, why don't you come over to my channel and let's film together. So the very first question is gonna be, where did we meet?
Where did we meet? We met at the restaurant that she was working at, which is McAllister's.
Which it was not just random that he stepped into that restaurant. I was working on campus at the university he was doing his PhD in, so that's basically how we met. But yeah, that's how we met. Question number 2, what was our first date? This is an interesting one, and I have a story for that.
Our first date was a coffee shop. Turns out she doesn't drink coffee.
That's what's interesting about this. I do not drink coffee. I actually hate coffee. So he asked me out on our first date to a coffee. I was like, sure, why not? Okay, so our third question is, where was our first... This is a little explicit. Where was our first kiss and how was it? Do you remember?
Our first kiss...
There is also a very funny story about that. Go ahead.
Our first kiss was at a park near a little pond called Herman Park in Houston, if you're familiar with it.
What's the funny story about that?
That we saw a small rabbit passing across our path when we first kissed.
Okay, no. That's the pretty version that we're gonna tell our grandkids. So, first off, I wasn't expecting this kiss. I mean, not really in that particular moment. I mean, we're in our second date? Yeah, I think it was our second date. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was our second date. So we went to the park after our dinner. Like our dinner, they went to a restaurant and then we went to the park. And everything was going really good, but I wasn't expecting that moment to be our first kiss. So out of the blue, we're about to sit down in front of the pond and on one of these benches. So he's like standing, like you're like just... I'm about to like sit down in the chair and he's like standing in front of me like 2 seconds, and he stands in front of me and I just look down real quick and I see a rat.
And there's a bunny.
And I'm like, oh my god, is that a rat? And then next time I know, he's like on my face kissing me and I'm like, oh well that was the first. So our story...
I wanted her to forget about the rat.
So that's the story, our first kiss. I had seconds before that just seen a rat pass by us. So yes, thank you, Houston.
What's the next question?
Okay, so next question is going to be, did you know that I was the one? This is kind of random because I don't know at one point. It just says, did you know I was the one, I guess.
I would have to have known because we were engaged within a year. Almost a year.
Yeah, we got engaged 11 months.
So
after we met.
Yeah.
So you knew.
Within a few months of dating. I mean, that would be odd if we didn't date at all. And I knew you were the one.
He knew I was the one the minute he saw me. Of course. Okay, so what was your first impression about me?
That she was active and a hard worker and gorgeous, and she talked a lot. All those things. Those were my first impressions of her.
So many first impressions. My first impressions, I saw him, and keep in mind, I'm working at a university full of university people. So there were a lot of guys coming in and out of the restaurant every single day. And our restaurant was always super packed. I remember explicitly the first time I saw him, I was working at the register at that time. And there was a long line, and I was just kept looking like, oh my god, when is this gonna stop? Just keeps coming and coming, all the students. And then I look up and I see this guy in the middle of the line. I'm like, oh my god, he's super handsome, I've gotta talk to him somehow. That didn't happen for a very long time. Okay, maybe like I saw him 3 times and then I talked to him. But yeah, I thought he was very handsome the first time I saw him, and I kept, like, after I saw him the first time, I kept wanting to see, like, every time, like, we had a rush at the restaurant, like, oh, is this guy gonna come back again? So yeah, that was my first impressions. Then is next question, when did you meet the family? I guess both of us.
When did I meet your family?
When did I meet your family?
Ooh, the opposite is true too.
Okay, so I met his family.
Wait, I think
This is another funny story.
So my aunt worked at the university where I was working and studying, and where her job was. She was working at the health center building.
Like she was like placed there. She would come in and out.
And so there's only a certain number of places you can get food on campus, and so it's a couple minutes walk. So I believe that you saw or met my aunt first, right?
So his aunt comes to the restaurant one day. I believe we weren't too busy at the time. It was like a time that it wasn't too packed. And I'm at my register and another girl goes like, oh, they're looking for you. I'm like, who's looking for me? And at this time, I've never met any of his family. So this is like the first person I've ever met from his family. And then this lady comes up. She goes like, oh, are you Rita? And I'm like, oh, yes, that's me. Who are you? So he was like, oh, Michael's aunt. I just wanted to meet you. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So that was the first time I met any one of his family. And then after that, I think I spent Christmas with you and New Year you spent with me. So yeah, that was the first kind of like, I believe that was the first official time I met your family.
And same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, a Christmas and then whenever his aunt.
Except for my aunt.
Came over.
That was very early too. That was within a few weeks, I think.
We had just met. We probably all started dating
like 3 weeks later or something.
Yeah, it was very, very odd. I'm like, oh, hi, yeah, this is me.
You liked it. It was fun.
It was funny. But also the funny thing is, like, she walked into the restaurant and she literally just asked a random girl, like, hey, are you Rita? And she was like, no, she's over there. What's up? So anyway, let's move on because we're going to take forever. Okay, this one doesn't really count. Do we have a tradition?
We're developing a new tradition of having tea, which isn't common.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
For people, especially in Houston, Texas. That's
so,
not a common thing. So I think that would be a new tradition.
That would be we like to have tea parties.
Another
just us and...
Another tradition we have, we're trying to keep it up, is that we drive down to Mexico about once a year and see her family.
Yeah, hopefully more than once a year, but yeah. Okay, what was... These are like a lot of interesting stories. What was our first road trip? Do you remember?
Oh, that was very early.
Super early.
What was it like? We had been dating maybe a month, and she asks me if I could go with her on a road trip, just the two of us, for a weekend at a hotel in Central Texas, which is like wine country. And I was like, this is really early. And I wasn't sure what to think about it. I'm giving my impression first, and then she can give her impression. So I thought it was pretty early, but she did explain the whole concept behind this idea, which is she had won tickets through her work, and she explained this. And after the explanation, then it wasn't so bad. But keep in mind,
it's not like I planned the trip. Like, I'm gonna plan a trip with this brand new guy that I just met, and let's go on a road trip. No.
It is interesting because we were only dating like 3 or 4 weeks. I think.
Yeah, it was very, very early. So this guy from work, his son was selling some tickets, those school tickets, and I bought one. I never win anything. Like, if I tell you I'm the unluckiest person in like raffles things, I am. And randomly I won, and the first prize was 3 nights or like a weekend, I don't remember, to like this hotel in the middle of Fredericksburg, Texas. So I was like, hey, I bought this ticket. Do you want to go on a road trip?
It was in...
I think it was...
Kerrville. Kerrville was where it
Yeah.
was, but not far from Fredericksburg. It's all the same area. Wine country in Central Texas.
So yeah, that was we didn't go right away because the tickets were like, I don't know, like you had a year to use them. So
It
we
was
ended
very
up.
pretty too, Kerrville.
Yeah.
It's a
So-
small town.
So we met in August, started dating right away, like late August, and we took this trip. I asked him right away whenever I won the tickets, which was probably like weeks after we met, and we ended up going on this trip for like for Valentine's. So some
Yeah.
months after that. Okay, who said I love you first? And where were we? That's not right.
Next,
Who said I love you first? Let's just keep it at that.
I think I did.
He did.
I did.
He said I love you first. Okay, but at the time he said it, I was ready to say it, but I was never gonna say it first.
What's next?
Okay, what do we argue about the most? I think I know. At least on my side, I think I know what it is.
We don't have, in my opinion, we don't have one thing that we argue about commonly and a lot. I think there are arguments about responsibilities like doing chores and, paying bills and this type of things. I think that's normal for a
Paying
marriage.
bills? We never argue about paying bills.
Once in a while. But
I feel like that was like very, very early in our relationship because I didn't have a job back then. And I like to spend, so.
so
I didn't have a job whenever we just got married, like I had to drop my job. So that was probably one of the biggest arguments we had at the very, very beginning whenever we got married. And then like normal little arguments. We really have never had like a big fight. Once. But that doesn't count because I was a little under the weather. We can say that. But our little arguments are like, oh, Michael, can you wash the dishes? Or can you help me? Like it's just chores, like little things. But yeah, not really, nothing major, just little everyday things, I guess. Chores related and not every day, but you know. Okay, so who wears the pants in the relationship?
I'm wearing shorts right now and she's wearing a dress, so I think we alternate. I mean, she doesn't pay any bills, so
That has nothing to do with anything.
I'm pretty sure that's wearing pants means you pay the bills. But anyway,
Next question before we start arguing about this. What would I eat every day if I could?
Like the vegetable type of sushi?
Yeah, but it's actually the sushi. What could I eat every day?
California rolls? Are we getting that specific?
No.
Chinese? Asian, Chinese.
Asian. American Asian. Chinese.
Like
Really?
like panda stuff. But recently she's actually been getting into more traditional kind of Chinese food, like wok, fried green beans and stuff like that, veggies, yeah.
But if we were like very specific, I feel like I could actually eat just plain white rice for the rest of my life. Like I could eat just white rice. And on the other extreme, just a bowl of black beans. Like just freshly made, like I made them from scratch from my house, I would have that. Absolutely, every day. You...
She's a rice and beans kind of girl.
I am. I come cheap. Not really. Okay, you... What?
What would I eat?
You would eat for the rest of your life. Oh my god. Tacos. Tex-Mex in particular. And by Tex-Mex, I mean literally nasty cheese with beans, salsa, and tortillas.
Notice that this is the exact same thing she's having, except for substitute the rice for corn, put it into a tortilla, and then add salsa, and cheese. Because you would just have rice and beans.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess ultimately we both love rice and beans. Okay. We're coming close to an end. What is my favorite music?
British Invasion.
But what's that?
Beatles, she likes the Beatles.
There we go. The Beatles.
Which is rock and roll.
I guess it's like You he likes girl bands. You like more. No?
I don't think she knows what music I like.
I honestly don't know what music
And I
he
think
likes.
that's a hard question for me because I really like all kinds of genres.
Yeah.
And if it's good music, it's good music. It doesn't matter what it is. You know.
It's hard because honestly all we listen to is my music. So Owen's into in this household is a Beatles household. So I don't really know what kind of music he like. Whenever we started dating, he was really into, I guess he still likes, I don't know, country music. Which, by the way, I cannot stand. But that's another subject for another day. I do not like country music at all.
So she noticed that I listen to country music a lot because she can't stand it. She may not have noticed all the other genres.
But you also like
that I
rock.
listen to.
I don't know. Let's move on with this question. What is my eye color? Let me see.
Brown.
Brown. And he has gray.
What is the difference between gray eyes and hazel eyes?
Ding, 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 ding. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
It is yellow.
That's not correct.
Yes, it is.
Fail. Try again. What color is different between hazel and gray?
The gray has blue in them, and the hazel has green in them.
The hazel does not have blue in it.
Something like that.
So my eyes have all colors, including blue, so they're gray.
Yes.
If I did not have blue in my eyes, they would be hazel.
He says they're gray, but they're just blue. Everyone in somebody has blue eyes. So does he.
Let's try. Look really close. Do I have
Blue eyes.
look close?
Blue.
Do I have any yellow or green?
Whatever. Gray. Let's move on. Okay. Who's my best friend?
She says the word best friend, but really she means best friend at that time that it matters, I think. Like
What?
she has a lot of best friends.
Well, I
don't understand
I have
this.
a lot of friends. That's true. I have like friends that I grew up with when I was a little kid. So I consider my best friends. And then I have, I don't know. I do have.
No. This is not. So I'm not gonna go there because she's used the word best friend for at least 4 or 5
Only
different
2 people. You can really only name 2 people. Who would you name?
Okay, maybe Maria Rosa and Alejandra.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're my best friends. But they're
But-
like from different circles, so
But
I
that's
really
not
don't
entirely
mix
true
them.
because there's like 4 other people that when she's referring to them, she says best friends or more, like 4 or 5 other people. So
I call it like she's one of my best friends. But yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I do have a lot of I have a lot of great friends. Okay. I'm his best friend.
I like I wasn't on your list of best friends.
Oh, he's my best friend, of course. Of course you're my best friend. Okay, there we go. He's my
saved-
best friend.
She saved herself.
And then the rest are my great friends, but he's my very best friend. And I'm his best friend. Right?
Yes.
No, I'm asking you for real. Who's your
Yeah.
best friend? Yeah.
Of course, she's my best friend.
We spend all of our time together. So, yeah. He's definitely my best friend. That solves everything. Okay, what is something that you do that I wish you didn't? I guess that makes no sense. What is it that you do that I wish you didn't? That you do?
What do I do that you don't want me to do?
Oh. I guess work as much.
I haven't
Or-
been working as much the
Not
last
as
few
much,
days.
But like, I would like us to spend more time together. Every breathing time. I know that's not true, but yeah. I guess that would be the main thing. Like, I wish his job is very demanding. His career is very demanding. So sometimes that's pretty down on a downside for me. Because I wish we could spend more time whenever he's like really busy working.
This is a hard question. I like everything that you do.
Aww.
She's extremely emotional, and sometimes I wish she wouldn't be so emotional. She can go from one emotion to another emotion extremely quickly.
Absolutely, I can.
Sometimes there are 4 different emotions within like 5 seconds. It's impressive.
What can you do? Okay. 2 more. What could I spend hours doing?
Cleaning.
Cleaning.
Maybe making these videos about makeup.
Exactly. I'm like,
She does spend hours doing this. And then what else? She could probably spend many hours just playing with the animals too.
they're not animals, they're my babies.
Those, the babies.
Okay, and you watching YouTube videos of like sports. Sports. Of cars and taking naps.
Oh, I do like naps.
He loves naps. I cannot. So
Mhm.
yeah, naps and watching like car videos.
Yeah, naps are good.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
anything
really,
car related.
I don't really watch as many car videos.
So
in
whenever
the last
we-
few months as I
Yes.
had in a while.
Whenever we met, that's all he used your time in. He would only be working on his car.
Well, yeah, sure, because I had a garage and a full tool set and like a lift and everything, and I don't have that now. So I mean,
But you could, if you could, you spend a lot of time. You
probably, and we would
Cars
probably have
things.
a really cute car that she would like.
I guess. Okay, what is the last one? What is one unique talent that I have?
Talent?
I don't know, talent.
Of course, you have multiple talents, but I guess is socializing a talent? I feel like that's a talent. I'm gonna throw that one out there.
Socializing.
See if that sticks.
I don't know. I think you're very easy to get along with anyone. Like, I feel like I'm a little more reserved if I don't know you. Like, this is the first time that I see you, and like, I'm in a party, right, that we get invited, and I don't know anyone, I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna be like, and then if you know me, you probably know, like in real life, you know that I cannot stop talking. I'm very social, but I have to first know you and be comfortable in the environment I'm in. If I'm not comfortable, you're not gonna get aware of me. And you, on the other hand, like, he's like super easy. Like, even if you don't know anyone, like, I've introduced you to pretty much most of my circles, and he gets along with everyone. Everyone loves him. Like, if I don't know you, I'm just gonna be quiet. If he doesn't know you, he'll like start a conversation and talk to you like all night long, even if he just met you. So yeah.
Approachable.
Yeah. And he does make an effort to like talk to people, even like if you've never met them. I don't. If I don't know you, I'm just not gonna talk. Yeah, I guess the same thing, but so I think that's everything. It's gonna be a long one, that's for sure. It's gonna be a long video. So we hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up. Anything you want to say?
No, thank you for watching.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe and hit the bell.
There we go. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.